Hey guys, Brad M73 here. Welcome to my all-new Star Citizen Beginner series based on the many changes in Alpha version 3.15. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. And if this video convinces you to become a Star Citizen, please consider using my referral code, link in the video description below, and you'll be rewarded with an extra 5,000 in-game credits to help you get started in the verse. Next, feel free to head on over to my Discord, where you'll find me and many other Star Citizens who are willing to help answer any questions you might have. Oh yeah, the Discord link's down in the video description too. Hey guys, Brad M73 here. Welcome back to my Star Citizen Beginner series, and in this episode, we're going to start out here at Everus Harbor, and we're going to be looking at the basics of trading commodities, or a lot of people refer to it as trading or running cargo, but we're going to delve into that today, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. And I'm going to show you guys one of the most popular trading routes in the game for doing this, and I don't know why he's not dressed, but just ignore that. It's Star Citizen. Now, because we're going into the unknown, and we've got all this equipment on, I actually don't want to take all this with me. We did some combat stuff previously, but since we're just doing trading, I don't really want to risk any of my armor. So I'm going to go in pretty basic here, just my flight suit and a helmet. And I'll probably, let's see here if I can find them. Yeah, I'm going to grab a couple med pens. These are always super handy to have with you in case of an emergency. And I'm thinking about taking a backpack, but I don't really need one. I don't need a gun, and I shouldn't really need anything else. Oh, and another thing, whoops. I want to put my new Luminalia paint job on my Aurora. So if you guys have an Aurora MR or a Mustang, actually, it's for any of the Aurora series, you can get this really nice Icebreak livery paint scheme, and it's pretty much the same colors, like a white and kind of a Christmassy metallic blue color for the Mustang as well. We're on day 8 of Luminalia out of 12, so I don't know if there's going to be additional paint schemes that might come out for maybe like an Avenger Titan or something like that. But it's absolutely free to go to the website and pick it up. So since we only have an Aurora MR, let's go pick up our ship. And we'll head over to the moon of Arial, which is orbiting Hurston. We'll jump into the elevator here, and we'll take a quick look at our nav map there. As soon as the elevator arrives, I'm going to hit the button multiple times. There's more people waiting. I want to thank everybody also for helping me reach 90,000 subscribers. I've been getting a really positive, a lot of positive feedback on my Alpha 313 getting started videos. So, if you guys are watching that series and you're seeing this video for the first time, you're like, wait a second, we're on Alpha 315 now. Well, go back and watch episode 1 of Alpha 315, especially if you haven't you've yet to get started in Star Citizen, because I actually go over a lot of the stuff for getting started. So here's the Stanton system. We're going to zoom in here on Hurston. Actually, we can double click the planet. So we've got Ida, Aberdeen, Arial, and Magda. And then we're currently at Everus Harbor, orbiting Hurston, just over Lorville. And let's head out. I don't know what that weird sound was, but it's making me nervous. Whenever I hear like weird explodey kind of sounds, yeah, it's Like, oh no. So we're going to enter our ship. And we'll get into the seat here. Everything should be powered up except for the engines. So once we get seated, yeah, my engines are offline, so I'm going to hit the I button to turn those on. And then I'm just going to take off. I'm going to hit C for cruise mode, hit N to bring up my landing gear. And then I'm going to tap the B key. That's going to bring up my quantum drive system, which is going to start spooling. And I'm going to head here towards orbital marker number 1. That's going to put me at the North Pole of Hurston. Now what I want to do is I want to find this planet. There's Arial right there. But if you didn't know how to find it, I'm kind of doing this almost by second nature. If you didn't know how to find it, you can actually go to your the skyline and actually click on Arial right here. Click Set Route. It's going to give us a direct route to Arial. Also, if you are, let's say we were still at the space station, it would actually give us like a step-by-step routing instruction. Sometimes it bugs out, but usually it's pretty pretty reliable. And if you ever have a problem, like let's say there's an obstructed route, just go up here and click Clear Route, and then set the route from your new location. And I'd say 95% of the time it works just fine. But again, this game is early alpha still, and so occasionally problems like that crop up. So we've got our route to Arial. I'm gonna hold B for about a half a second or a second. It's gonna engage the quantum drive, and now we kind of get to see our little paint job here. Very nice colors there. Whoa! And here we are, hello, at Arial. I'm going to hit F4 again, so go back into the cockpit. And we can choose HDMS Lathan or Bezdek. Either one will work, because they both should have Laranite. I'm going to choose Lathan, since it should be on the bright side of the planet. When you see the marker, how it's got the little breaks in the... Is that an octagon or a... It's not a pentagon, I know that. I know octa is 8. Gosh, what's the 6-sided? I can't even think of it. Oh my gosh, the pressure's on. But anyway, when you see that break, that generally means that you don't have direct line of sight to it. And it usually, especially if you're on the bright side of the planet, it could be an indicator that it's dark there. So I'm gonna kind of not max out my thrust, but we're gonna get up. It's about 450 meters per second, a little bit over that. I'm gonna tap B again to disable or spool down my quantum drive. I'm gonna hold F here and zoom in. We can kind of look around at the surface. I think that's the landing pad right there. But as we drop below 10,000 meters, I'm going to want to bring my throttle back pretty much to around this red line. The atmosphere of Arial is a little bit thinner than many other moons, and so I don't want to go too fast because I don't want to end up slamming into the surface and blowing up my ship, because that's never fun. And these little markers that are appearing, these are just minables. You can see these are rocks. So if we had like a prospector mining ship, we could actually come in and mine those. So here we are coming into Lathan. I'm going to land at the smaller pad. Now you do want to be on a pad, or at least generally I like to be. Sometimes the cargo works if you're not on a pad, but it always works if you're on a pad, or at least if the server's cooperating. I just hit the N key to lower my landing gear. I'm going to go ahead and tap the C key to turn off the cruise. That'll usually bring me to a stop. And again, I'm rolling back the mouse wheel to kind of slow down my speed as I was descending there as well. So I'm just using, you know, A, Q, and E to roll my ship a little bit to get it into the right orientation. And if we want to, we can hit F4 and use an external view to help us land. If you're an expert like me, no, I'm just kidding. We can hit the Z key to decouple our mouse look here and bring our ship down. And I'm just kind of tapping the control key. A lot of times I don't like to hold down keys because that can sometimes get you into trouble. So kind of tap the keys, see what type of thrust you're getting. And again, if we zoom in here, if you look at the square right there on our throttle quadrant, I've got the engines turned off. I got to turn them back on. You can actually use the mouse wheel. You can see it moving up and down now. But you can use the mouse wheel to throttle it way down. So, you know, maybe you only want to go 10 meters per second or 5 meters per second. Well, if you throttle it back enough, you can definitely do that, and it gives you a lot more control over your ship. All right, so I'm going to power down the engines again, and we're going to hold Y to get out of our ship. Why? Because Y is the key that we hold to get out of the seat. Now I'm going to hold F. We're going to click exit, so we're going to jump out of, or, well, we're going to climb out, I guess, of the ship. Now, on the Aurora, this should be true with all the different Aurora variants. We have the cargo stowage area is right up in here, and when we come back out after we buy the cargo, I'll show you this area, and there should be some cargo pods here. Now, this is the Aurora MR. If you buy the Aurora CL, which is the cargo version, this stop right here, this thing, I'm pretty sure is all the way back here. And instead of having something like 3 or 4 SCU, I can't remember. We'll find out when we go inside. You'll actually have 6 SCU with the Aurora CL, but I really like the paint job in this light. It looks really cool. Very nice, very nice. All right, shut up, Brad, and let's go inside. So we're going to want to find the building that says storage, and I think that's the one. Yep, says storage above the door. So we're going to go right in here. There's like storage, habitation, and mining or something. I can't remember what the third one is called. But if it doesn't say storage above the door, then you don't want to go in there. So directly ahead is the trading and shipping console. So this is the trading terminal used to purchase commodities. So we're going to make sure we're on buy. We're going to select the location, which is our Aurora MR. We have 3 standard cargo units. And then we're given all of the items that we can purchase. Now, Laranite is the most expensive, but it's what we're going to make the most money off of. Titanium is also very popular. You don't make nearly as much, but it's a lot less risk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to max out the Laranite here. And we can only get 2 standard cargo units. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bump that back to 100 because that's going to be 1 cargo unit. So we got 2,784. I'm going to have to get out my calculator here because I want to keep track of how much money we're going to be spending. Oops. I think it was 2,784 if that was right. Let's go do this again. Laranite. Sometimes it's hard to, I mean, we're having trouble filling up a whole Aurora. So, yeah. So 2,784, we're going to purchase that. Got it. That should put 1 crate on or 1 SCU crate on our ship. And then I'm going to fill out the rest with the titanium. We should be able to get all 200 on board. So that's plus 1,551. That gives us a grand total spent of 4,335. Now, you might have different luck. You might be able to completely fill your ship up with Laranite, especially if you've got a small ship like the Aurora or even like the Avenger Titan. A lot of times you can do it. Most of the time you can do it. I'm just incredibly unlucky today. So, once we're finished with that, we're going to head back outside. And we're going to head back over to the ship. And does it show the cargo units under there? It does not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Kind of just depends on the server and how cooperative it is at the moment. So let's, anyway, it's definitely on there. I promise you guys. And yeah, so we're going to climb back in. We're going to enter the pilot seat once again, and we're going to take off, and we're going to head over to Lorville. I'm going to tap the I key to turn the engines back on, and hold the space bar to rise up, and then we're going to hit that C key, hit the N key to bring up our landing gear. And now we can just kind of point up to the towards the sun here, or the Stanton, I'm sorry, and we can just kind of max out our throttle. And we're going to gain altitude. As you can see right here, we're already up to 5,000. We got to be above 10,000 meters in order to engage our quantum. Now, what I'm going to want to do, I'm going to want to wait until I'm above 10,000 meters, which I am now. I'm passing 11,000. We're going to hit F2 to open up the navigation map again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot a course directly to Lorville. Oh, not Edmond. Let's try Lorville. It'll say Lorville up in the top right, and we can set the route. And as you can see at the top left, it's going to give us our first waypoint is Hurston. Our second waypoint is Lorville. So we're going to hit F2 again to close that out. And there is the planet. And again, if you're having problems finding your waypoints or which direction you need to turn, once you put that waypoint in there, it's going to give you that little, if you look at the very top of the screen, there's a little tiny triangle. I honestly wish they would make that a lot bigger, but hopefully sometime in mid-2022, I think the navigation system is going to get completely redone, and so hopefully a lot of things like that will change. But always look for that little triangle. Sometimes it's even helpful to rotate your ship, and you'll actually see it rotating, around your ship there. You can see it kind of there on the lower center portion of the HUD just above the radar. So anyway, tapping B to spool our quantum drive, and as soon as everything is spooled up and calibrated, we'll be able to hold the B key to enter quantum drive. Ooh, look at the colors. Oh, now it gets all shady. I was going to say, it looked like we're ready to go swimming or something. Those colors just remind me of a swimming pool for some reason. Next, we're going to find that little home plate. There's Lorville. And we are going to quantum around. And, yep, I'm still not seeing the cargo containers, so I do have some minor concerns that we're going to get there and they're not going to be on the ship, but pretty sure they're going to be on there. I'm so happy that it's daylight at Lorville. I hate flying in here at night. Alright, we're going to rotate around. And we're going to tap the B key to turn off the quantum drive. Now, one thing you want to do is kind of head in this direction. So you can see the giant Hurston Dynamics building. And if this is the front of the building facing the rest of the city, you're going to want to head towards this area. You can actually see the little TISA spaceport. I can read it. I don't know if you'll be able to read it yet on the YouTube video, but as we get closer, you'll definitely be able to see that. If that's still not good enough, I'm going to slow down a little bit. You can always look for this beacon light right here. That will kind of pave the way, and it's fairly easy to see. You can see it kind of blinking there. Wait, I didn't request launching clearance. They need to fix that. It shouldn't say cleared to launch. It should say, like, welcome to Lorville. We're going to hit F, but that actually does give us the indication that we are within the distance to call Lorville landing services, so we're going to do that. We're going to want to hold on this screen until it changes to that. And now it says, please proceed to assign landing base. We're going to hit F1 to close out of that. And then I'm going to hit the C key to take us out of cruise. Now you can see the big hovering TISA spaceport signs. There's 6 of them. And the landing pads are always going to be right down in the, in between, in the center of them. So there's the smaller pads, medium pads, and the really large pads for like the reclaimer and the 890 jump. So we're going to head down here to our hangar, and I'm going to roll back my throttle. I'm going to hit the N key to put my landing gear down. And as I go in, I'm going to continue to throttle back until I feel like I'm in a good position. I'm going to hit the C key to zero out my momentum. Now, here's definitely a good time to use this external view. Now, if you want to move the camera around like this, you'll want to hold the Z key. Now, you can just tap the Z key to do the same thing, but if you hold the Z key, you'll still have control of the ship, because otherwise, if you don't hold the Z key, and you move your mouse around or your joystick, you're gonna be going all over the place. So anyway, we're gonna just I'm gonna continuously tap the left control. So I'm just like tapping it, and we're descending. And I could hold it and then throttle back, and that would kind of result in the same thing. But hey, I just like to wear out my keyboards a little faster. Now, if you're not comfortable with landing, once you get down lower into the hangar, you can hold the N key. N like Nancy, or the same key that you would use to lower your landing gear. And it's going to initiate auto land, which is what it's going through right now. And it'll bring you in for a perfect landing every time. I'm going to hit I to turn my engines off. Hold Y to get up out of the seat. We're going to hold F to look at the door here. And we're going to want to head over here to the landing bay arrivals area. And I'm going to check under this ship one more time to see if maybe those cargo... I guess they didn't appear. I'm going to be really disappointed if I get all the way over there and the server is bugged or something. Hopefully that's not the case. Alright, so we'll call the elevator. Again, I'm doing all this with the F key. We're going to click TISA spaceport. That's going to take us up to the spaceport level. And we are going to want to head to the customs area and Hurston Mass Transit. Actually, the Mass Transit is really where we want to head. First, though, we're going to want to put our ship into the hangar. So we're just going to store it. And then, yeah, it's going to say retrieved. And this is the critical part. Now here we can go to the Metro Center or the Central Business District, and we want to head to the Central Business District. It's called the Commerce Line. A lot of people refer to it as the Green Line. And, oh gosh, please stay open. Oh, phew. Just in time. Do. And we're just going to ride the train over to the big Hurston Dynamics building, which, now that we're on the ground, it looks absolutely massive, especially with the rest of the cityscape in front of it. Super cool. And there's the spaceport. There's that tower with the beacon light on the top. Everything is absolutely massive when you get down on the surface. Ah, we can't see. I wish they would take these panels out, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. This is so cool.
Now arriving, Central Station. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Okay, so I think we're going to be exiting on this side, but yeah. All right, so next we're just going to run in to the big Hurston Dynamics building here. Actually, this is just a small part of it. Unfortunately, we can't explore the rest, but hey, maybe someday. I'm gonna not sprint up these stairs because sometimes I've died on stairs and I don't want to do that in the middle of a recording, so that's never fun. It always seems to happen going upstairs and not so much downstairs. So yeah, we'll make a left and we're going to come in here to the exchange section. So it's kind of like your stock exchange. Also, fun fact, the Hurston Dynamics mission giver is right up here. So once you get your bounty rep high enough, you can actually get missions directly from him. But we'll just come over here and we'll select one of the terminals. Hopefully one that we can read without the light reflecting. And we're going to click on sell. And we'll select the sell location. It does say RSI Aurora 3 of 3, so that does tell me that I do have 3 SCU of cargo. So here we have the Laranite. So we had, let's see, I should get a pen and of course, oh no, here's a pen. And a piece of paper. I don't want to use that piece of paper. I'll use this piece of paper. So originally we had what? We spent $4,335. Okay. We're gonna sell this first one for $3090. That's an easy one to remember. It's like the GeForce RTX 3090. So we're gonna sell that. And then we're going to sell, hello. Sometimes it does that. We'll click sell again. And then we're already on the Aurora. So we're going to sell the titanium. So plus 1775. And we come out to 4,865 alpha UEC. Giving our total profit. So if we subtract what we bought it all for, which was 4,335, that gives us a profit of a measly 530 alpha UEC. That's why it's kind of pointless. You know, if you had the Aurora CL and you've got 6-car SCU, basically every run, which takes about 20 to 25 minutes, and actually you might even want to time it on the video, but you're going to be doing this round trip, and the full round trip does take about 20 to 25 minutes on average, and you're just not making a whole lot of money. I mean, if you really are a pacifist, you don't want to do bounties, you can, you know, grind these out, you know, just do pure trading. It is definitely possible. It'll take you a very long time to upgrade to a larger ship to carry more cargo. I mean, you're going to need to do well over 1,000, 1,300, 1,400 trips to get there, but, you know, it is doable. Oh, can I make the train? Stay open, please. Yay. But yeah, it's, you know, can you do it with the small, you know, the starter ships? Yes, you can. I just proved that you can. You can make a small bit of money. Is it worth it? I think for the time and effort involved, no, it is not. You'd probably be, if we hit F1, you'd probably be much more or much better off going to and doing the delivery missions. So in the next episode, I'm going to look at doing deliveries. So, and you know, right there, we're going to get paid 3,000 Alpha UEC, and then as we rank up, our, you know, delivery company rep will be able to make even more and more money. So, we're not going to do that in this episode, but we will definitely do that in the next episode. So, that is the basics of trading here in Star Citizen. If you enjoyed the video and found it incredibly informative and useful, please do not forget to hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know if you've got a different trade route or if you do something different in your trading. And lastly, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you that hits that subscribe button. But yep, that's the basics of trading, and it's essentially the same. You know, whether you've got an Aurora MR or a Cutlass, or I'm sorry, a Crusader C2 Hercules, or Hercules C2, I guess, which holds way more cargo. The problem right now in the game is testing cargo is not a really super high priority, because other game systems and missions and contracts and things like that are needed to be tested. So for right now, they've got the cargo quantities are extremely limited, and if there's other people out there that are doing cargo at the same time, it can really be difficult to make money doing cargo. That's why, especially for like the last 6 to 8 months, I've been doing primarily bounties and other missions, whether it be, you know, actual bounties or the ground assault missions. I think we did that in the last episode, and there's other mission types out there as well that you can do. Investigation, where you can go out and find, you know, look for people's corpses, or, you know, find lost cargo on derelict spaceships. And actually, speaking of derelict spaceships, we should have a ton more of those coming up in Alpha 3.16, which might hit as early as Christmas. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that's it for this episode, guys and gals. Thank you so much for watching. This has been my beginner series covering the basics of trading in Star Citizen Alpha 3.15.1. I'm Brad M73. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.